meeting and from all over the planet. So this is wonderful. We're happy to have everybody on here. Welcome. And let me turn it over to Alicia Will, and we can start to get the festivities going. And also, Happy New Year, everybody. And Happy New Year to everybody. And hopefully it's going to be a wonderful year. The end of my year, and then obviously July, beginning of a wonderful year for soon-to-be President Alicia, and whatever. And hopefully we'll see you at the convention, hopefully in Honolulu. So I'm turning it over to you, Alicia, and you can start the ceremonies, and we'll hopefully have some Rotarians coming on our meeting online call.
Okay, thank you, Andy. I'm actually going to go ahead and hand the meeting right over to our D Club member, Chair, PDG, past district governor, and my husband, Will. And right now we have one of our new members on. We should have the other two hopefully joining us soon. But, Will, go ahead.
Okay. Well, in lieu of just waiting for the other two members, Joe McWilliams, who is from Kentucky, and Rebecca Stewart, who is from Florida. Since we have Alphonse here, and Alphonse, it's a little bit after 1 in the morning your time.
That's right.
Wow. Yes. I mean, we respect and appreciate your dedication here.
Much obliged.
Yes. And you received your membership package.
Sure.
Good.
If you could.
Good.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Yes. Were you dutifully impressed?
Okay.
Yeah. Looks like you got everything. Great.
Have everything.
Good. Good. Yeah. Well, I'm going to start off by going ahead and letting you tell a little bit about yourself, Alphonse. Everyone knows that you're in Cameroon, Africa, on the southwest coast of the continent. And so go ahead and talk a little bit about yourself and your past experience in Rotary, and anything else you want to share with us.
Good morning, good evening. My name, as you know already, is Alphonse Manjo. I'm a family man, married, 4 kids, 3 boys, 1 girl. Classification, banking. I work in a bank. I equally have a private business. I carry out general supplies, contracts, consultancy. I joined Rotary as a retractor way back in 2003 when we founded the first club of the University of Oya, and we had the opportunity to travel to Gabon for the district conference. No, rather, I was in 2005 because I remember it was the centennial for Rotary. That's 100 years. And the convention was in Chicago.
Yes.
Even though I didn't take part in it, but I do remember that was the year our club was chartered. I was the first president. And eventually, I graduated and was employed. And I worked in a town that didn't have Rotary. Eventually, I was transferred to where I am, Kumba, and I thought it wise that I could call together some important personalities, friends, businessmen, professionals, and we started a new club here in Kumba City. So I became a Rotarian in 2015 with the Rotary Club of Kumba City, and we had a wonderful experience. My most touching experience was when we traveled to Rwanda for the district conference, and we were made to visit the genocides, genocide sites, that is the mass graves and some of those villages that were hit by the genocide that took place in Rwanda. So it was a very enriching encounter. I got to meet a lot of people, and it did.
Hello?
Hello? Yes, and
Oh, hello.
it did create an impact on all of us who were present about the need to always be serviceable to one another, because sometimes you need to leave a situation where people have been less than human to know that the least thing we do could be far reaching to any other person. And I've had the opportunity to travel to Brazil for the convention, which was in Sao Paulo. I've equally had the opportunity to travel to the US for the convention, which was in Atlanta. What marks me most about Rotary is the camaraderie, the fact that we get to fellowship with people just by virtue of the point that we are Rotarians. You know, that common umbrella, it makes it easier. There is already a degree of trust, there's already a degree of love and of reliability. The Rotary umbrella gives us that assurance, you know, that you may not need to know somebody for a year, a day or more, but just by virtue of the fact that you are all Rotarians and you share common goals, you can forge ahead and do things together. As far as Rotary is concerned now, and especially for our club, I am most interested about the international and community service, because at the moment, as I had explained before, our Rotary Club was radiated because practically every member had to flee from this part of the country due to the ongoing war. So we have a lot of refugees that have moved to Nigeria. We have internally displaced people. We have a lot of people, families, women, children living in the forest like animals, and they do not have the basic needs, be it just food and water to sustain themselves or even shelter. So I believe that our club, our e-club, can really create an impact in Cameroon on what is happening at hand in the English-speaking zones. You may need to go onto the internet, maybe Google the Anglophone crisis in Cameroon to really understand a little bit of what I am saying. And more so, since my wife is a lecturer in the university, I actually look forward for a project wherein we can have, as we do have now, an online educational program, maybe with students in the university here in Cameroon, in Boya, and maybe some in the United States or in Germany, wherever we feel that we can promote some cultural exchange, some a change of knowledge, you know, with university students. Practically, in a nutshell, that is what I look forward to. And I think as time goes on, I'll be able to develop more ideas. I'll be able to chip in, and as I said, I am honored, I am proud. I think that the history books will have it that I am the first African, or the first African-based Rotarian of the Rotary Club of Southeast America and the Caribbean. Thank you very much. I'm so glad to be with you all.
Thank you. It was great. And we're happy that we're with you.
What a journey.
Alphonse, thank you so much. We're
That was wonderful.
we're very excited to have you with us.
Thank you.
And again, we're going. I'm going to bring up in our next board meeting that we're going to try to have some meetings that will accommodate your time zone a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah. But in the interim, of course, we have the ongoing meetings online, the threads online, and we saw that you'd already posted some hours on that. That's great. We're very excited, and thank you again for being here tonight.
I really do.
Robin Williams is online from. Go ahead, Robin.
Yeah. Thank you, Alphonse, for getting your attendance in.
You're welcome.
That's always a good step.
Thank you.
Okay. Joe McWilliams is online. Joe's calling in from Kentucky. And so, Joe, I'd like, is that you, Joe?
I'm here. Fine. I apologize.
No problem. I'd like you to tell us a little bit about your experience with Rotary and what you're looking to get out of the E-Club and anything else you'd like to share with us, yourself personally, and the weather in Kentucky.
I don't want to talk about the weather in Kentucky. It may be a little better than but it's certainly not as Florida. But anyway, once again, I apologize for being late. I have a bit of dyslexia and kept reversing the number trying to call in. So obviously that didn't work. But I'm certainly glad to be here and look forward to interacting with all of you folks and getting to know people a lot better in our E-Club. What I'd like to do is talk a little bit about personal situation, talk a little bit about here, talk a little bit about Rotary and what I have done with you for this first year that I am in an E-Club. Can everybody hear me okay? Because I have you on speakerphone.
Yes.
You're breaking up a little bit there, Joe, but go ahead.
All right. Let me see if I can. I'm taking you off of speakerphone and putting it up to my ear. Hopefully that will help. Okay,
Yeah.
personally, that better? Okay. On the personal side, I am a 73 years young, and I am divorced. I do have a partner in my life now, and she is a wonderful lady and a Rotarian and very involved in the leadership of District 6710. I have 3 grown girls, all doing well in life. I have 6 grandchildren, ranging in age from 2.5 to 19. And 2 of those are, the youngest 2 are boys and the others are girls. I was beginning to wonder if I was ever going to have a little guy in my life, but boom, boom, and that's how it happens. I live in a little town called Pee Wee Valley. That's right, Pee Wee Valley, Kentucky, and it's actually named after a very, very tiny bird called the Pee Wee bird. I attended and graduated from Western Kentucky University with a degree in history, government, and English, and a teaching certificate. I continued my education at the University of Louisville, where I received my master's degree, and I've done postmaster's work toward a doctorate. And as a matter of fact, the only thing that I have to do is a dissertation, and I'm not going to do it. I'm just too daggone old to spend the time to worry about it. I have 1 brother who is living and lives very close to me. So that sort of covers the thing on the personal side. Career-wise, I am an Army veteran. I was in the Army in 69 and 70. I am a Vietnam veteran. infantry Vietnam veteran. I was there 1 year, 18 days, 12 hours, and 32 minutes. And I could tell you up to the second, but the watch I had no second hand. After I returned from Vietnam, I became a teacher. My first teaching assignment was at a junior high school in the area of English. And then I went to the middle school and I taught English and history. After 5 years of teaching, I became a middle school assistant principal and later a middle school principal and even later a high school principal. Actually, I was in charge of building a middle school and a high school. Back in the early days, when I was teaching and not making any money, I had to figure out a way to do something else that did not interfere with teaching. So I became a realtor and an auctioneer in my family's real estate auction and appraisal business. So that kept the wolves away from the door. And after I retired from teaching and being a principal for 25 years, I went into the private sector, into the publishing business, a company named Fastline Publications, and we had 22 farm publications, 6 truck publications, and a publication in Mexico and one in Brazil. I retired from Fastline as the president of the company and went into my current vocation, volunteer. I do a lot of work with Rotary, have done a lot of work with Rotary, with the VFW, with Boy Scouts, and of course my church. That sort of rounds up the career. As far as Rotary is concerned, I've been a Rotarian since 1976. There were a couple of years in there where I dropped out, but I got back in the Rotary and obviously have learned to love and appreciate it. I've been the president of 2 different Rotary clubs. I've been Rotarian of the Year 2 of the last 4 years. I have spent most of my time in the membership arena with the clubs that I've been a part of. Also, our district has RILA. I don't know if you all are all familiar with that, Rotary Youth Leadership Awards, and I was the co-chair of RILA, and also very involved in starting 3 different Interact clubs in our area. My goal for this year is to learn more about how e-clubs operate and where, by being a member of an e-club, that I can make the most contributions to the club and to Rotary. And I hope I got it within 10 minutes.
That's great, Joe. And it's interesting that you and I share so many things in common. We're both Vietnam veterans, and
We sure do.
I also taught English and was in both middle school and
Wow.
That's really interesting.
Yes, it is.
When
we finally get together, we'll have a lot to talk about.
Yes, we will. And your significant other is a governor nominee or governor-elect?
Let's see, nominee? That would be 2 years away.
Right. So she's going to be doing
nominee
training very near us in Orlando when she does her governor-elect training seminar, her GET.
Yeah, she will, and I'm going to try to talk her into letting me go with her.
Oh, please do, and Alicia and I want to get together with you guys when you're here.
Absolutely, love it.
Well, I thank you again, Joe, and welcome. I don't see Rebecca Stewart here at all. We had expected her to be on, but lacking that, we'll try to pick her up another time. I'm going to go ahead and with the informal induction of members. Alphonse and Joe, you've been proposed for membership in the Rotary Club of the Southeast USA and Caribbean and approved by our board of directors and our club members. Therefore, as membership chair and past district governor of District 6950, it's my pleasure to formally induct you into the Club of the Southeast USA and Caribbean. I understand that you're aware of Rotary requirements and that you have indicated your willingness to all of them, as well as your willingness to offer your services to assist your fellow Rotarians in community and international projects. As you know, Rotary is a service organization with each member performing what Rotary calls service above self. Rotary International has 6 areas of service, areas of focus, and they've changed the name slightly on those in the last year. Promoting peace, fighting disease, providing clean water, saving mothers and children, supporting education, and growing local economies. And those are all areas that they encourage Rotary clubs to concentrate on for service. I encourage you to become involved in club activities, including weekly online posting, monthly Zoom video teleconferences, and club committees and projects. In addition to service, you have the benefit of strong bonds of friendship with fellow Rotarians, locally and worldwide. I also encourage you to periodically attend Rotary Terra clubs and post your experiences on our weekly online meeting threads. You've already received your Rotary membership package. I especially commend your attention to the object of Rotary and the 4-way test, which give a roadmap for Rotarians in their daily lives. I also encourage you to wear your Rotary pin wherever you are in the community. You'll be surprised at the doors it opens and the friendships it starts. As you travel, avail yourself of the special opportunity to attend Rotary meetings and meet Rotarians throughout the world. This is another very rewarding benefit of your Rotary International membership. You now have 1.2 million Rotary friends in 35,000 Rotary clubs in 200 countries and territories worldwide. Additionally, you have access to Rotary fellowships, Rotary action groups, and Rotary friendship exchanges. Now, by the power vested in me as past District 6950 Governor and membership chair of the Rotary E-Club of the Southeast USA and Caribbean, I declare you to be an active member of this Rotary Club. We all look forward to the enrichment of our lives as well as that of your own by your association in this, the oldest, largest, and finest service organization in the world. Welcome to your new Rotary home.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm just excited to be a part.
Well, that's great. Alphonse, you have already traveled. You traveled internationally, and you have already met. What was it? A Rotarian in Istanbul, Turkey, was it?
In Istanbul, that's right.
Wow.
The largest club in Europe.
Yeah, I would encourage you to post a little information about that meeting in the thread, in the weekly thread online. That would be very much of interest to us, and I commend you for that. Thank you.
I'll do so.
Great. Okay, anyone else want to add something to this? And both Alphonse and Joe, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, you're more than welcome, and thank you and everybody involved in helping Alphonse and me get going in the E-Club.
Absolutely.
Alicia.
Yeah.
Will, since this is really about our new members and initiation, and again, I want to congratulate you and welcome you to our E-Club. I think as past District Governor Will said, I think we're one of the best. We're, I think, now the fastest growing E-Club. So we're so thankful to have you and to have really, this makes it special, and also having really even more of a worldwide E-Club. So that's wonderful. Why don't we, suggestion, why don't we introduce ourselves, our other Rotarian friends and your peers, and introduce ourselves to you and tell you a little bit about ourselves so you know who we are.
Great.
So Will, why don't you go first, and then Alicia will go around, and I'll go last, I don't mind. So let's start with some of our newer members, our membership chair and our president-elect.
All right. Will Miller. I'm a retired Navy commander and past district governor of District 6950 in the Central Florida Gulf Coast. And like I say, was also a past educator and did a lot of other stuff. Worked for Honeywell and some other companies, and I'm just happy to be semi-retired now with President-elect Alicia by my side. I'll turn it over to Alicia.
Okay.
Breaking up. I can't hear Alicia.
I can't hear you.
I heard.
Okay. I have known about Rotary, wow, ever since I was a pretty young girl. My father was a Rotarian. I moved back down to Florida from Ohio about 7 years ago. Met Will about 4 years ago and found out he was a Rotarian, district governor, and decided that I was interested. I'm a former scouter, which I was a Boy Scout leader at the council level, which is actually the equivalent of the district level here for Rotary. And after not being involved in a service organization such as that for a number of years, once I discovered Rotary, rediscovered Rotary, it seemed like the perfect avenue for me to get back involved with community and beyond. So I'm very thankful for that opportunity, for this opportunity. I look forward to being the president of this club this coming next Rotary year, and especially having our new members here. We've got more people potentially coming on board, so it's exciting. It's a really good time to be an E-Club Rotary. Okay. David?
Breaking up.
Well, my name is David Croner. I live in near Fort Lauderdale in Hollywood, Florida, in the USA. And I've been involved in Rotary pretty much since early 80s. President Andrew and I belong to the same club in Bell Harbor, Florida, many, many years ago. And I've served my district in many different capacities. I currently serve Rotary International as chair of an international fellowship. And I'm an international financial advisor, and I'm looking forward to traveling out to Hawaii for the next convention coming up. And then I really want to get to the next few also. Robin, go for it.
Robin Foley. I'm a Rotarian since the mid-80s with a lapse in between because my work took me traveling and attendance was a problem. And when I found the E-Club in 2006, I was in. So it's been interesting. I've been president of the club, secretary of the club, membership chair, chief cook and bottle washer, terminator, the whole bit. So it's been an enjoyable ride, and I enjoy the flexibility, even though I'm retired now. And I have clubs literally around the corner that they meet on a Tuesday afternoon. I much prefer the flexibility that the E-Club gives me. And I hang with a local club here, go to breakfast with them every Thursday morning. We have a great presentation, and I take pictures at the meeting and I post them in our online meetings. I've been involved here in Pensacola. I've been in the States 35 years. I'm originally from Cork in Ireland. I go back to Cork frequently, and one time I found a project over there that we were able to mimic here in Pensacola, Rotary Tree of Remembrance, and we had a few good years, eventually raising up to $11,000. This year was a disappointment because we had a new club involved, and they didn't do the groundwork that I told them was necessary, but they're gung-ho to go again next year. Also, the mall traffic was down 20% this year, having already been down last year, which is probably the Amazon effect. But in any event, we're going ahead with that project again. I've recently found, and you may have found it out there, a concept called Park Run, weekly timed 5K, that's free. It's a worldwide phenomena. It's in about 2,000 locations worldwide. We were number 26 or 27 in the States here. There are now 41 of them, and I give a lot of time to that because it's a real great community opportunity, an opportunity to give back and do trail maintenance work. And being retired, I am busier than I ever was. We downsized our house. I have no garden, no grass, just a driveway that takes 5 minutes to blow. So I get my yard work fix maintaining the trail on a Friday morning with some of the guys, which is fun. I'm a retired accountant. I was involved in audit work and fraud examination. And so that's me. I've got my wife of next week will be 50 long fucking years.
Wow.
Congratulations.
She's out of the house now. So we have a son and a daughter, and the son had 3 boys and the daughter had 3 girls. So we have 6 grandchildren, and thankfully they're all gone home after Christmas and it's peace and quiet again. That's me.
Okay, I think I'm last. I'm President Andy. This is my 3rd and last year as your E-Club president. I was brought on board by my longtime friend, David Kroner. As I said, we were in the Rotary Club for many years. I've been a Rotary since the 80s myself. This is my 3rd district. This is my 4th time around as a president. I've also been an assistant associate district governor in 6990. Also done committee chairs for a couple different committees in the district over the years. Probably the scholarship committee was one of that I really enjoyed doing that. And also we did several years ago, I was in charge with 4 other districts from 6990 and 4 other districts in the state of Florida, where we all did our big conference. I was conference chair, and we met in Grand Bahama Islands for a couple days, and it was a lot of fun, and we had a lot of Rotarians there. It was a lot of work. I think it turned out pretty well, and that was kind of fun. So really loving my time here. It's a great group, very dedicated Rotarians. We do a lot of fun things, and it's, again, great to see new members, young blood, and people really learning what Rotary is and getting involved with what we do and staying in tune to local and international projects, fellowship, having fun, obviously learning and giving to the foundation, and all the things that you'll learn and get more involved with as we go along. You can make it to Hawaii or any of the international conferences. That's great. You'll learn a lot. And again, we have probably, I don't know, I'm going to say 150, 200 years of statesmanship in this online club from all the members with all their past responsibilities. So it's a lot of great people to learn from. I learn every day from my friends here. So it's a great place to be. And I welcome you aboard. I'm also in education. I've been a professor full-time for 25 years at multiple universities and colleges around the world. So that's what I still do as vocation. So thank you. Welcome aboard. And we're so happy to have you as our newest members of not only the Rotary Club, but of Rotary International. So thank you so much. And I'll turn it over now again to Alicia, and we can hopefully talk about a few more things before we sign off tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. Alphonse, you and David will both be at the International Convention. So guys stand aloof from one another in Hawaii.
What is it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I don't know if he heard you.
Okay. Fine.
Okay.
Breaking up a little bit. This is Joe.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't have the best
That's
computer,
good.
unfortunately. I wanted to make mention that this is also a special month for the E-Club. It marks our 15-year anniversary as a Rotary Club in this month. So that's cool.
It is cool.
Yeah,
It's cool.
that is cool. Okay, yeah, I can also mention we try to have a speaker every month. This month, of course, was our new members. Next month, we are our Zoom meeting, again, third Thursday of the month, which is going to be February 20th at 7 p.m. We're having a speaker to be Corey Young. He was a returning RI student. He spent a year in Taiwan. So he's going to be talking to us about his experience overseas. Okay. Anything else? Anybody else want to add?
Well, Robin, since you are our longest member on the call tonight, I know, right? Do you want to just quickly tell our newest members some of the things that we've done over the years? And also, Alicia and Will are going to report that about our citation, which was that ceremony yet, guys? Or is it coming up?
Not yet.
No.
So the minute you get it, you'll hold it up at next meeting, whatever, and present it. But Robin, you want to tell us a couple of things? I know you were president when I came on board, and you've been with the club for several years. So maybe tell everybody some of the highlights over the last 15 years since you are our longest founding member.
As I said, oh my God. We work as a club. We don't really fundraise. Our dues are pitched at a level that allows us to do about $3,000 to $5,000 worth of giving in a year. We support Shelter Box. We support Toys for Tots. We have supported hurricane disaster relief in the Caribbean. We have been involved in our tree fundraiser up here in Pensacola, which is a labor-intensive project. But we raise a couple of thousand off that 3-hour share of it because the most of it goes to the clubs up here that are doing the Giants part of the lifting. But our share of that goes to support Rotary's Camp Florida, which is a camp on a lake with a whole lot of equipment for disabled children to give them a break that they could never otherwise have. Also, some of the proceeds go to the Rotary Youth Camp of Northwest Florida, which is a similar idea, but it's only open for 1 month in the year. And it's like comparing the Roach Motel with the Marriott Marquis, but they both serve a great function. So those are what we do in the month of January. It's Vocational Service Month, and we encourage our members to nominate somebody for a Vocational Service Award, someone who uses their skill set to give back to the community. generally people who would not receive recognition otherwise. And I have nominated a candidate for that this year, and we'll be doing the award presentation at a local Rotary club. There are 12 of them in Pensacola, where his employer, he works at the university, the president is a member, and a whole bunch of the big wigs of the university are members. So it will be a real nice thing for him to have that presented at their Rotary club. And we encourage others to do it. It can be a non-Rotarian, preferably somebody that would not normally get kind of pulled into the limelight. And it gives them quite a boost. And it's no harm to us to do it. And it doesn't cost us a lot of money. A certificate, that's it. Over the years, we have had members involved in a Sewing to Serve project, where a lady had a bunch of people organized, and we got them cloth, and they made a lot of clothes for kids. And there had some missionaries that were going down to South America, and they were able to take those down there. That's our e-club. We encourage everybody to be a sustaining member, preferably a member, be a Paul Harris Fellow, preferably a Paul Harris Society member. That's it. Like, Rotary is a good home for people, and any funds that you donate to the foundation, we all know where they go. To the extent that I don't give anybody anything else now. I'm sick of these non-profit organizations where the CEO is getting $250 million a year, which does nothing for the poor people. So that's my 6 minutes. Also, I take part in a little bit of, that's the other thing. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Thank you, Robin, and happy 50th and many more.
$150 is enough, believe me.
Robin, when you got stuck on that island the other year, that could have been the end of the getting up to the 50 either. Because your wife almost disavowed you and saying no more trips like that.
Well, they didn't know where I was, so she wanted to sell my lazy boy chair and my car.
Exactly. Well, thank
And
God.
7 days later, I turned up, so that was it.
Thank God for the U.S. government getting you back in one piece.
Yeah.
We're all absolutely worried about you. And in fact, Robin, if you want to just spend 1 minute just telling our new folks what you did, and you don't have to tell the whole story, maybe the condensed version, but I think they would really.
It'll have to be very condensed. Okay. As a club, we decided to do a high school scholarship for a scholar in Dominica, the island of Dominica. I had worked in a lot of the islands down there and made a lot of friends, and the Rotary friends down there. And we decided we would fund the scholarship, and the local club there would select a candidate, which they did. And a bunch of us in this club decided, well, we'd like to give the student a computer and some other supplies. And I had been receiving calls to visit the island, and I said, okay, well, I go down and look at it and present her with the laptop on the club's behalf. And I got down there on a Thursday, having kind of watched Hurricane Irma up here dancing around Florida. And I wasn't thinking of hurricanes anymore. When I woke up on Friday morning, they were saying they were closing the airport and the ferries were off, and there was a hurricane coming. And it turned out to be Hurricane Maria, Category 5, which is the same one that hit Puerto Rico. It hit Dominica first. The door of my room, I was staying in a little place, blew in at about 11 o'clock at night. I spent an hour holding it shut. Devastation. I could hear the roof being torn off up above with all the solar array and all that kind of stuff. Never met the students, saw the school, which was devastated. So we made a little video of my presentation about my experience, and we used it to fundraise for disaster relief in Dominica. And we raised about $13,500. The intent was to use that money with a local club to replace fishermen's fish pots, because they literally had nothing down there. And at least this would give them a means to catch fish that they could sell, that they could get the economy going. Small little independent island. The local club, we found then, couldn't handle it because half their members were faculty of a US medical school that were evacuated, and the other half were locals that their houses were hanging down around them. They'd lost family members and whatever. So we settled on, and the computer lab that they had in the school with 20 computers was destroyed. So we settled on replacing the computer lab with 20 Chromebooks, I think, not technical. And the teachers set up and screens and the whole bit. And that was done eventually after a year. We had to wait till they got a roof on the school and got the place set up. But that project has resulted in something like 1,200 computers being donated by various Rotary clubs around the world in conjunction with the local ones on the island to the schools on that island. So it was a very satisfying project. That's it.
Thank you, Robin.
Are there any other questions our new members have for us while you've got our attention?
None for now.
Okay. Well, you know how to contact
No.
us.
Sure.
This is Joe. No, I don't have any at this time. And yes, I do know how to contact you. Finally, figured it out.
One thing I might mention, and you know, Alicia and Will are spearheading a lot of this, but to our new members, if there's a committee you want to join, I mean, whether it's membership or like marketing, public relations, getting a word out about you. I mean, there are several. You know, secretary, treasurer for the future. Obviously, later on, I'd love to see you on the board. So if there are things that you're interested in, obviously as you look at a Rotary Club and what we do and the different committees and responsibilities, please let us know. We'd help you in those tasks. We're not just going to throw you in something. We're here to mentor you and help you be successful and really get a great experience, not only about the E-Club, but you know, Rotary in general. And also, if you are near an on-ground club, please take advantage of that. I know Robin, Will, I try to go when I can, David Kroner, Ray was not on tonight, but all of us try to go and attend meetings when we can. I mean, not have your hours when we ask for those at the end of the month. But anything that you'd like to do, we're here to assist you. Anything to learn about Rotary, to evolve and make you a better Rotarian, we're here to help you. We just don't want to, we'll make a great, fun experience for you. It's a little bit more difficult online sometimes, but it can be something that we can do as a group and a club and really learn a lot together. So anything you're interested in, let us know, and we can steer you on to those people who are in charge of that, get you involved, see how you like it. Maybe you want to do something else, try it out, whatever it is. So the sky's the limit, and we want you to be happy, successful, new Rotarians, and we're here to work with you and make this a great experience for you now and forever. This is your forever club, and certainly your forever Rotary International Club. So we're here to help you. We welcome you, and thank you so much for taking the time to be with us tonight, and we'll see you at so many other meetings and events moving forward. So again, I'll turn it over to Alicia and Will, and welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, Robin, you had something you wanted to?
Yeah, just wanted to mention the fact that we have a website, but a lot of us are technically challenged. This is addressed to the new members. So if you have a an inclination in that direction, it would be most welcome. We also have a Facebook page, and we have a Rotary Tree of Remembrance page, Pensacola. And we do a reasonable job, but not the best job. So if you have any suggestions, feel free. And by the way, the Christmas tree in Cork, in Ireland, where I saw this thing, they put it in the Times Square of Cork, generated €100,000 this year. Unbelievable.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Congratulations with that. Awesome.
All right. Okay.
So if there's nothing else, when we end a meeting, in Rotary, we start a meetings on time, we end on time, and we're just about there. We're about 5 minutes early. There's nothing more. But next time, in the next couple of meetings, we're going to probably throw it to you guys. So one of your first things, homework assignments, because I know you're in education and your wife is. So your homework exercise is to know and start to learn the 4-way test. This is what we do and live by, and this is how we close our meeting. So we'll start with Alicia. You want to start with number 1? There are 4. So this is what we do every time. This is how we end. Alicia.
Is it the truth?
Is it the truth?
True. It's fair to all concerned.
Number 3.
Goodwill and better friendships. Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
So that's it.
Thanks,
that's
Robin.
Number 5, will it be fun?
You're right.
There you go.
And Robin, we want you to say that in the next 50 years, okay? So you did a great job. And Robin, we hold a toast up to you, okay, with a little Irish whiskey. So that's great. So I think we have, we'll be posting our next meetings. I know Alicia's working to have those in our calendar and schedule, so we'll have those up for the year when we're doing those, so everybody will know. Also, whether we have a guest speaker or we're just going to be talking about new business and old business. So we welcome you. We'd love to have you on there. Please check out our website, our discussion threads. Get in and talk and answer, ask questions. We'd love to have you. And welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. And on behalf of the club, I want to welcome you. Thank you to many years to be for E-Club. And with that, I suppose we'll call it a day or an evening. So Happy New Year again, everybody. Thank you. And
thanks, everybody.
For our next meeting. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Way to go.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
Good night.
Okay, Robin,
Good
get
night.
that down. Bye, David. We'll be drinking with you in the virtual arena. Bye, guys.